But dude, he's so goddamn good. He's so protected. He knows where to be and where not to be. He's so composed. Like, look at that. Look at that movement. Look how he moves away from everything. So you're punching at air and you're still threatening, but you're not really hitting him, and he's making you throw punches. And occasionally you clip him with a shot as he's moving away, and he rolls with a lot of shit.
Adjust to or get used to with Pacquiao in the ring?
I mean, nobody fights like him. He's very difficult to prepare for. It took Marquez 4 fights to figure him out. And Marquez is one of the fastest thinkers in the game. And it's just such a difficult guy to zone in on. I always felt like just as I was getting my crosshairs on him, he would change his rhythm. He's a very...
Joe Rogan was stunned as Manny Pacquiao looked dangerous while training for a Mayweather rematch. He says Floyd waited years to face an older Manny, yet he remained sharp.
Ready for Mayweather Pacquiao.
Right.
And
Mayweather just did such a smart thing, but also a devious thing. Waiting until Pacquiao was older, waiting until he slowed down, and then...
Devious is not illegal in boxing.
It's encouraged.
Yeah. In any entrepreneurial sport, devious is not illegal.
No.
Devious can be an asset.
That's how you retire with a 50.
Roy Jones Jr. says many fighters have lost the art of footwork, but Manny Pacquiao still possesses exceptional movement agility and precise foot positioning in the ring.
Man is always on the move. You understand me? What has happened in boxing is a lot of people have lost the art of footwork. You understand me? Not many people have footwork. So if you see a guy go out and box like you'll never see in today's time too often, a guy go out and box like Sugar Ray Leonard boxed Marvin Hagler. He moved around, he fought one at a time, he moved one at a time. He understood how to use the whole ring to get a victory. Now guys don't do that. Pac-Man, fortunately, is one of those guys who knows how to use the ring. So he don't stand in just one place and fight. With that being said, if his legs can hold up for 12 rounds.
He further explains that Manny Pacquiao's success depends on his legs holding up through all 12 rounds, as endurance and mobility are crucial for victory.
How things go, and with Manny being who Manny is, if Manny can get to 12 rounds, Manny gonna win the fight. If Burns can hurt Manny early in the fight and not let him go 12 rounds, he might have a chance. But Manny has one of the bigger outputs for any fighter of any era.
Right.
He's a guy that don't mind throwing 3 and 4 and 5 punches at a time. He's not one of those guys that won't throw 4 or 5 punches if he see it. You understand me? So that being said, the only concern I have is how will his legs hold up? Because if his legs hold up,
Manny Pacquiao displays incredible speed in the ring, combining lightning fast punches, quick footwork, and unmatched reflexes that keep opponents constantly off balance. Algeri states that Manny Pacquiao is a difficult opponent with complex techniques and unpredictable patterns that make preparing for him extremely challenging for any fighter.
He would change his rhythm. He's a very rhythmic fighter. He uses broken rhythm very, very well. And yeah, adjustments on the fly, which is what I think all the best fighters in the world do. All the top guys I fought made vast adjustments along the way. So yeah, Manny's he's special, as is Floyd.
His power, where did it rank among the fighters that you faced?
Not the hardest, but also very hard. You know, Keith Thurman famously said he's got bricks for hands. It's very true. So you have bricks for hands plus fast hands, plus punches you don't see, makes him a very dangerous puncher. But he wouldn't say he was the hardest. Ruslan hit, I believe, way harder. Huge crunching power. But in terms of a guy with fast hands who has hard hands, but also punches from angles that are hard to see, very, very dangerous.
Kind of dangerous. He's facing Ruslan before this. Pacquiao,
depending on how real that fight is, and depending on what size gloves they're wearing, depending on what kind of discussion they have prior to the fight, if the fight happens.
Manny Pacquiao's coach, Justin Fortune,
Manny Pacquiao coach Justin Fortune says their team is fully prepared for the rematch, with Floyd Mayweather confident that Manny will win this fight.
By fighting basically no one's in the last 4 or 5 fights. Having those fights even been sanctioned is unbelievable. So, whereas Pacquiao's never dodged anybody. And he's 4 champions.
I thought Manny won his last fight. He should have been champion right now.
Absolutely.
But Mayweather's going to put his record on the line. September 19 at the Sphere in Vegas. What happens? Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. Mayweather's putting the 50-0 on the line. It's not an exhibition.
Obviously, I think Manny wins.
What would that mean if Manny gave Floyd his first loss?
What would that mean to Floyd? I don't know.
What it means to Manny?
It'd be great. Well, we just sort of, the last time we fought Floyd, his shoulder was all messed up, so it might have been a different outcome. But that's.
Abel Sanchez spoke openly about Mayweather-Pacquiao too, stating who cares, they are both 50. He believes the rematch was unnecessary as the first fight already settled the rivalry while entertaining for fans and lucrative for both fighters. Sanchez feels it does not represent a true competitive bout at this stage. He explains that Manny Pacquiao's style has always been difficult, and now at his age it is uncertain how much advantage he can gain. Sanchez notes that Floyd Mayweather is also older, making this perhaps the best chance Manny Pacquiao has to win a rematch. He questions why the fight wasn't arranged during both fighters' prime, arguing that timing matters. Sanchez gives credit to both Mayweather and Pacquiao for taking the risk despite the circumstances.
No. Like it or not? No.
Not me. I think that's just like some of the, although Jake has proven to be helping a lot of our fighters, a lot of our girl fighters, but I think that that fight's gone, and they already have one. We don't need another one. If they want to do it for entertainment for the fans, that's great. Good money for them. But as far as a real thing, no.
So, someone told me this. It's a boxing person, and I asked him, like, hey, what do you think about the fight? And then he asked me, like, well, what do you think? I'm like, well, that style, like, it's always been hard for Manny, like, always, and I don't know what he can do now at this age that gives him an advantage in that. And he told me, like, look, Floyd's a lot older. I think now is the best chance.
He draws comparisons to other fighters, mentioning Terry Norris, who improved after experiencing defeat, and emphasizing that tasting loss can remove mental barriers. Sanchez also references Gennady Golovkin, pointing out that waiting until a fighter slows down naturally impacts performance. Overall, he believes the fight serves more as entertainment than a legitimate test of skill, highlighting the challenges aging champions face in boxing's evolving landscape.
Why didn't they do it 3 years before the first one? Why are they doing it now? Do it when it matters. Just like Boots, when you're talking about Boots and Xander, that's perfect. I give all the credit to both guys for taking that chance. Taking that chance because unfortunately today, the zero on your record is so important. So important to everybody, the networks, the managers, the promoters, and you become a better fighter, as Fundora has. You become a better fighter once you taste defeat because that monkey's off your back. You're not protecting anything. Terry Norris became a better fighter after he got knocked out by Julian Jackson. Why? Because the chip came off his shoulder, and he started to do things that we needed to do in the gym to become better. I think that they should have fought 3 years, 4 years before they did fight. And it would have been talking about the second one back then I would have been okay with it, because at least they fought in there.
Paulie Malignaggi commented on the Mayweather-Pacquiao rematch, noting that both fighters are nearly 50 years old. He said, at this point, whoever is popular gets to fight. Reflecting on the nature of modern boxing, Malignaggi expressed interest in facing the winner, explaining that he has remained active, competing in bare-knuckle boxing and seeking opportunities to return to professional bouts. He emphasized the importance of taking one fight at a time, focusing on winning the upcoming BKB title on May 16th, which could position him for bigger opportunities. Malignaggi noted that he belongs to the same generation as Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, but never had the chance to fight them. He suggested that aging champions might prefer to stay within their generation, avoiding younger challengers. He concluded that fans should watch and see how both fighters perform, and expressed confidence in his own sharpness compared to Pacquiao's previous fight against Mario Barr.
Rematch, Yeah. Both almost 50, if not 50. I want to say they're right around 50 years old.
Yeah,
Just
man. Yeah, let's see what at this point in time, whatever's popular, if they fight, they fight. I mean, listen, I don't know where the winner goes. I'll tell you what, I'd love a chance to fight the winner. I've been active. I've been fighting in bare knuckle, looking to see if there's an entrance for me back in glove boxing. But I have to. I think if I win this BKB title on May 16th, it's one fight at a time. I don't overlook anybody, but if I will be able to get a result there, I think I put myself in a good position to possibly get an attractive glove offer as well. So, if they're gonna fight each other, I was in their generation as well. I didn't get to fight any of them. I don't know that they'd want to fight any of the younger guys. I think Pacquiao had a chance against Barrios. Barrios is probably the weak link in the welterweight division. There's probably no other weak links left. So I think that you probably want to stay in that older guy lane. Before I come into play, we'll see. Let's let them fight and see how they look.
Chris Algieri shared his thoughts on the rematch, noting that both fighters haven't been very active and calling the bout a big money grab. He doesn't hate it, however, because the fight keeps the division moving rather than blocking opportunities for other boxers. Algieri highlighted that the matchup will generate massive nostalgia, celebrating the remarkable careers of Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. He emphasized that for the 2 months leading up to the rematch, fans and analysts alike will revisit and discuss their past performances, which he finds exciting, while he doubts the fight will be a barn-burning performance given that both men are nearing 50. Algieri expressed genuine interest and curiosity to watch it. He looks forward to seeing how Pacquiao and Mayweather perform in this historic rematch.
It's two legends / two old men who are fighting each other. They haven't been very active. It's a big money grab. I'm gonna say it like this. I don't hate it, right? Because the division is actually moving. It's not like they're fighting for a title and keeping guys out of the way. They're fighting each other. They both make a lot of money, and it's going to bring so much nostalgia for both of their careers in the build-up. For those 2 months where we're leading up to Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao 2, all we're going to do is watch, and talk about their fights. And I love that. I love that idea because I think they're two stalwarts in our sport. And in terms of them fighting each other, I don't know. I don't think they're ever going to put on a barn-burning performance, especially when they're damn near 50. But I don't know. I'm not super mad at it.
Promoter Jazzy Mather emphasized that Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao is far from a nostalgia act, calling it a massive event with enormous appeal. He noted that the first fight, the fight of the century, generated over $600 million in total revenue and more than $410 million in pay-per-view, creating a spectacle that fans had anticipated for over a decade. Mather highlighted that Manny Pacquiao has been active in the ring while Floyd Mayweather remains exceptionally disciplined, training rigorously despite being 50. Floyd Mather said, noting his effortless excellence and preparation, both fighters are in peak condition. He added, promising a performance surpassing their first encounter. He stressed that the event is not a simple casual production.
Netflix, all that. Could this be the biggest fight that's ever been streamed?
I mean, I'd say huge is an understatement. I mean, let's look at the first fight, right? Fight of the century. Generated over $600 million in total revenue, over $410 million in pay-per-view. So you're talking about a spectacle. You're talking about a one-off, something that people have wanted to see for a decade plus since the first one.
Yeah.
And it's going to be awesome. There'll be sports entertainment in boxing for the first time ever at the Sphere. So it's going to be great.
Well, recently we saw Manny in the ring. He's been active.
Yeah.
Floyd's been doing some stuff, but it's like, the other type of stuff, not like serious. That was a sanction.
Floyd's Floyd. Listen, Floyd's Floyd. Don't get it twisted. 50-0. Floyd's Floyd.
Right.
Floyd does this in his sleep.
Moore addressed critics acknowledging opinions but reaffirming the fight's value. He emphasized the financial scale and legendary status of both Mayweather and Pacquiao, stating that this rematch showcases two iconic athletes at the top of their game, delivering a historic moment in boxing.
Good shape. That's why this fight is what everybody wants to see. I will tell you one thing. We're gonna notice something better from their last fight because they're both on their A game. These two, they age backwards.
Well, look, I saw other promoters. I think Dana was jumping on this conversation too.
Listen,
what do you think?
I think here's what I think.
He kind of had some words.
I'm gonna stop you there. Everyone has words. A lot of people are hating on this. A lot of people are saying things. A lot of people are entitled to their own opinion. But as I said in the beginning, we're looking at. Of course, it's going to be expensive. Why wouldn't it be expensive?
At the Sphere. It's
Why would
supposed
it
to
be? It'll be
extra
expensive anyway.
expensive.
It should be beyond expensive. Look at the names we have. We got Mayweather and we got Pacquiao. We're looking at how much money is coming in. We're not looking at how much money is going out. It's not like there were 3 of us sitting across the table with napkins and writing. Oh.
Jiren Andis points out that Manny Pacquiao recent fights have kept him sharp, maintaining his speed, reflexes, and endurance. Being active in the ring, Pacquiao has stayed in rhythm, which could make a big difference as the fight goes into the later rounds. And let's contrast this with Floyd Mayweather, who hasn't fought in years and may lack the same timing and conditioning. Pacquiao consistent activity means he's used to handling pressure, reading opponents, and staying composed, giving him an edge that could test Mayweather defensive skills and stamina if the fight stretches into the championship rounds.
How long?
Damn. Yo.
When the last time you fought?
Well, he's been doing the exhibition.
Oh,
Fort.
So when was the last? We're gonna say when was the last exhibition? What was it? 10-rounder or 8-rounder?
I don't know. He been stopping everybody.
Yeah, so I'm saying I don't think he going.
It might have been like Gotti. Is that the one?
And what was he doing? Was he boxing or was he walking it down?
Yo, honestly, when I seen him against the Japanese dude, he had his high guard and he was just walking forward.
That's what I'm saying. He older now. He ain't gonna be doing too much moving. He gonna be sharp and he gonna make Pacquiao run into something or some sharp calm. Like, watch.
Oh, so you think this ends in a stoppage?
It's a possibility, yo. I ain't even gonna lie. It's a possibility.
Sean Porter recently shared his perspective.
Going to lie, it's a possibility. Sean Porter recently shared his perspective on the Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather Jr. matchup, offering a more tempered view than most hype surrounding the bout. Porter pointed out that while fans and media are framing this fight as a historic event, the reality is a bit more nuanced. Manny Pacquiao, despite being an all-time great, has stepped away from the prime of his career, and his recent fights, though showing flashes of his skill, do not necessarily match the level he displayed during his peak years. Floyd Mayweather Jr., on the other hand, has been inactive for several years, making it difficult to gauge his current form and readiness.
Business, people look at it differently, and I'm encouraging people, when you do see a fighter retire and then come back, don't jump to the conclusion that fighter is broke. Don't jump to the conclusion that fighter don't know what else to do with their lives. Understand that fighter has put in countless hours and days and years, upwards to the 30 and 40, and when that person says I'm going back to work, that's essentially what they're doing. They're just going back to work. Can't be too mad at it.
I think the main thing, I don't know how much people are mad and hate Manny, but Floyd's whole persona was, I print money. I'm bigger than the dollar.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Floyd Money Mayweather.
Yeah.
I got a private jet. I got a house here, mansion here. Everything was money, 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 money. And people watch Floyd for majority of his career for him to lose.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, you lost all that money. People just want to see him Floyd lose because of the persona he built up.
To give Pacquiao his rematch, I beat him.
Yeah.
I walked away in his mind and with a record to back it up. You know, it's he has a seat at the table of the greatest who ever did it. I don't think he ever wanted to jeopardize it. And so if you're coming back having to jeopardize it when you didn't really want to, and people could argue it's not jeopardized, he'll always be Pacquiao 7 days a week and all that. That's a different dynamic.
I don't think a rematch was needed at the time either.
Well, it's not needed now.
Yeah, but that back then,
Yeah, it's not needed now. So I think there's a difference, though, between, I'm fighting for money. Yes, I'm still in my prime or close to it. I can still operate at the highest level, and I'm coming back because I owe people money and I need to get back to that. That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.
Porter suggested that the allure of this fight is driven largely by nostalgia and name recognition rather than a true competitive clash at the highest level. He emphasized that fans should adjust their expectations, recognizing that while the matchup is exciting for historical reasons, it does not carry the same significance in terms of skill or legacy impact as their original fight did. Ultimately, Porter framed the fight as more of an exhibition of past greatness rather than a definitive measure of who is superior today. Alright everyone, stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Ring Headquarters and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.